My relationship with Opera Philadelphia has many, many years now. It started in the classroom in Philadelphia, a meeting with about a dozen or maybe 24 young children. They had written poems. I set them to music on the spot. And they were these creative workshops. Michael Bolton and I would go to 3 or 4 schools in a day doing different activities. And I at that time really wasn't thinking about anything much more than that, other than wanting to help and be a part of these young children of Philadelphia.
I remember, hearing percussionists and drum kit players, and back in the day, for me, it was 2 Live Crew and the ghetto-style DJs, and I couldn't even afford a turntable. So I had to find a way to make a piano just like this, in my parents' home, my own. And I started taking it apart and wanting to make it louder and bigger, and really exploring it, and really getting into the nuts and bolts of it, and wanting to, have it, become this machine almost, this monster,
Of course, my relationship with Opera Philadelphia deepened, and Marc came into the picture, and the workshops expanded.
It's ethereal, lyrical, miracle, biblical, spiritual, spherical, physical, quizzical. It's ethereal, lyrical, miracle, almost biblical, the spiritual, even the cyclical, cerebral, admirable, curable, liminal, spherical, physical, quizzical. Is it real? Oh my gosh, is it real?
And then the notion of an opera really started to take hold with an invitation to compose one.
Here stands a family in spring, united awaiting its fall. Here they stand, come here I call.
I love the challenge of creating a verse-based work for opera. But I also have a very healthy set of crutches in that Bill T. Jones is the director and primary staging force as well as dramaturgical force in this work.
Tell the public this is what this show is about.
And Daniel Bernard Roumain is an exquisite and vociferous composer.
I was Bill T. Jones's music director for about 10 years, and we have known each other probably close to 20 years, and Marc and I have been working together for about 5 or 6 years. And the notion of multidisciplinary art is something that Marc does very well, Bill does exceedingly well, and it's the type of work that I do as well. So it only made sense in wanting to pursue an opera that we knew from the very beginning was going to be about words and movement and imagery.
Our relationship had a hiatus of about 10 years. He had gone off to do his own work, and he came to me with this as a way of us getting together again, and it was useful because in the past it's always been my projects, now it was his project.
Though I am a spoken word artist by trade, I like to say that I make verse for the body. And the kind of synthesis that we've been aiming for is this intersection of soulfulness and structure. Those are the aesthetic tensions that are at play among the creative team. And what I've tried to do is make a libretto with the understanding that there's a really wide palette of musical possibilities in kind of the hands and head of the composer, and there is a long, pioneering, and still future-thinking understanding of how words work in the body.
Now, this has got to be moving down like this, and that's when the family is coming on. You're literally announcing them. You go, and here, down. Right, and around this time, the family is then coming up. Some people say the body is the site of all knowledge. And you might also say the body is the site of a lot of turmoil in our particular world. Marc has a way of words. He says, my black life is more than matter. Of course, it's a play on Black Lives Matter, but I think he's saying that this is past the material concerns. Is he saying that it's past history? My black life actually has a dimension which is spiritual. What is the vocabulary? My collaborator, Raphael Xavier, I brought him into it because he is a person who specializes in street dance, hip hop, if you will. I'm not sure what he calls it. And I asked him to come and blend that aesthetic, looking for an authenticity in the way these four young dancers could possibly move. And it's been very interesting. My own aesthetic is a kind of postmodern, modern dance aesthetic. We don't really do psychology. Dance is an abstraction that can refract or absorb what is around it.
Being in rehearsals, there have been several times where I've been so moved by the music and the texture of the language in the mouths and in the voices of the performers that I've just had to walk out of the rehearsal room in tears.
Now, where we have landed with Bill T. Jones and with a real company of very talented artists and a creative team of brilliant minds and hearts. It's a wonderful and important responsibility as a Haitian American composer to be able to work with a Haitian American librettist and working closely with an African American director who is an icon and a legend in his own right. This is about as rare as it gets, and I personally feel a debt of gratitude to Opera Philadelphia for bringing us all together, the city of Philadelphia for remaining true and strong to its own vision and visions of equality. And I'm really humbled, I'm really excited to be a very small part of a world of big ideas.